Hello, welcome to the, what the heck is it? This is the second time this has happened. I just checked the date and now I can't remember it. I think it's the 15th day of April 2023. My name is Kurt and this is my daily Good Life meditation video. This is something that I do every morning, a little bit after waking up. In this case, a lot after waking up. It's 4:48 a.m. Wow. I do this to remember my life objectives and principles and to plan for the coming day and see how I did applying these objectives and principles to yesterday. Still kind of feeling that giddiness, not quite as much as yesterday, but it's been a good couple of days. It's been a good week. Yesterday for challenges and opportunities, nothing much. I just kind of, yeah. Yesterday was a strange day. I don't watch television very much, but it felt like a day of just, I worked, I did my job, I took care of everything I needed to do, I did all my things I have to do, but it felt very easy, like sitting at the sofa, watching TV or reading a book. Watching TV really, reading a book requires more energy, but I didn't spend the day sitting at the TV watching. I rarely do that, but I did. I did everything, but it felt good and easy. And as a result, I feel good and easy. I did have a dream last night. So I did, which is really, really, really rare. I mean, I never remember my dreams. I can probably my entire life count on two hands the number of times that I can really, wake up and remember a dream. And it was a strange one. I had this dream that I was going to lunch with some coworkers, and one of them dinged the door on a new car that I have. Two things stand out. One, I don't go to work anymore. I don't have that experience of going out with coworkers. I ride a motorcycle, and I am the last person in the world that would buy a new car, and last person that would give a damn about it. And I remember I scrambled out of the car in the dream and ran over and looked at the thing, and it was all dinged up. And first thing that came to mind was Earl Scheib. I'll paint any car for $199.99. It's just like. It was like totally one of those dreams where your mind just takes all these composite bits and throws them together. And I remember being upset at the fact that the guy dinged my door. At the same time, being kind of aware that that wasn't me, that this was a dream. And there was a little, the daemon inside of me, not that was saying, Kurt, this is ridiculous. You don't own a car. You don't go to work. You don't give a shit. It was the funniest thing. So then when the alarm went off, I remembered all this. I woke up and I must have just been dreaming it just before I woke up. Strange thing. It's kind of entertaining, actually. Actually kind of enjoyed it. Normally my waking up from the dark is, waking up in the morning is like, well, arising from the dead, I guess. Not that I have any experience with that, but it's just like from nothing. So that was fun. Oh yeah, yesterday I did have a bit of a challenge. I was challenged to think, I'm chastising myself a little bit. Gosh, I remember being in this exact same boat back in 2013 before I came over to America. Really at the start of start to middle of 2013, when I had kind of resolved that I was going to leave Japan, and I began scheming my way away. And I began living my life in that new world in my brain, thinking about the new life to come at the expense of the life that I was living. And I remember quite distinctly going out as softypapa and doing the abandoned Japan thing, going out into the woods and having those wonderful experiences in my mind, being on the new world, the new life to come. And catching myself saying, Kurt, you are having this incredible experience. You're out in the Japanese mountains, yet you're thinking about something else. You're thinking about another life. You're neglecting the life that you've lived. And I guess, and this is really helping me that I'm talking about this right now, because it's really dawning on me just now, I guess that is part and parcel of the fact of the reason why we go, or I go. You know, I've had enough of that life. My mind has moved on to the next life to come, sort of life, so to speak, because I've simply had enough of that. I've done that. Now that's dawning on me. I get it now, and that's why I'm doing the same thing now. I'm in the same boat I'm in the same exact boat that I now in 2000 friggin' A. Look at that. Oh my gosh, do you see how it lines up? Perfect decade. It was 2013 when this started to happen in Japan, and it was 2014 when I left. It's 2023 when this is happening now, and it's 2024 that I will retire and ostensibly go back to Japan at that same point. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a little bit later than maybe into the next year, because I'm cutting it close, right, to December 16th, 2024. I see the similarity, and I remember that last year in Japan was a year of elsewhere. A year. I remember I would think, and I would talk about how I'm going to buy a motorcycle. Not any motorcycle. I was going to get a BMW R 1100 or 1150 GSA, not just any GS, but a GS Adventure, and I was going to ride all around and have fun, and I was going to start a career or restart a career. I was going to do all those things, and by golly, that's exactly what I did, and it was fun. This was a great decade in America. I mean, good Lord, I mean, so many things happened, from the adventures, from the 14 months of being alone, and the adventure that both I had and my family had in deconstructing an old life and starting a new life, to the adventures of going alone, of going into the desert and writing going alone. I wrote all my 4 books here during this 10 years. I mean, I wrote No More Looking Out for Number One, 20 years before that, but it was just on a piece of paper, so I made it real then. And had the adventure of living in the OC, all that comes with that, all the swimming and diving and playing in the ocean that I've been doing, and not to even begin to mention all the experiences that happened to Emily, making her into an American, sending her off to university, and all that comes with that, and the adventure that my wife had, living another decade in another world. Her English was already perfect, but even making it more so. I mean, this has been a rich and full decade. No wonder I'm looking elsewhere, because we've pretty much sopped this up, right? Just as they sopped up the time in Japan. Now, time in Japan was more than 10 years. I overstayed my time there probably. Maybe a decade is just about enough. And I overstayed it because we had to get Emily to that point, right? And also had to wait for an opportunity of the career, for the opportunity to arise. Interesting. I'm so glad that I realize this now. Because I'm sitting here telling myself over and over again, Kurt, you make the best use. Don't live in Japan yet. You're not there, Kurt. Enjoy the time here. But I've had enough of this. I'm going to have fun thinking about the new one to come, and I'll do my best to enjoy this too. But mostly, this is wrapping up. So yeah, I'll give myself that fun. I'll let myself imagine. I'll let myself dream about the next life to come. Good memory. I mean, not good memory, good realization. Well, let's get started on the good life. 7 objectives. To be always ready to die. To make good and effective use of time. To develop and maintain good and sound life principles. To cultivate good emotional reactions. To perform good actions. To recognize true limits and true opportunity, and to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. And now my 34 principles are, let's see if I can get them all. war, reason, homunculus, anchor hold, home of good and evil, atomic principle, nature, maturity, pirate ride, then maturity, social principle, family, temperance. Or I feel like I'm missing one there. I don't think so. Life will not go well. The horror show, the home, that which must be born, the feast of Offal, distraction. Could I be missing one there too? Agency and the great indifference, the best seat in the house, the restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, season of philosophy, script writing, bullseye aim, uphill climb, arena utility, nothing is enough, and the principle of fun. 32. I think I missed those two that I was just referencing, right? I don't know what they are. And I don't care. At least for now. I'll care more later. I'll get back on that horse. As for today, it's a busy day today. Got a lot to do. I'll finish this, upload this, type up my words, Bible, edit one page of the book, feed the dogs, let the dogs out, and then I got to update my journal, catch up on my email, catch up on my YouTube comments, catch up on my meta. Then I'll head to the beach and do the book reading. What chapter am I going to read today? Some of these chapters are long, but the weather's nice, so it's okay. It's just tough when it's winter and it's cold. The Path of Wildness is the next chapter. And then I'll come back and do my house cleaning, do my shopping with my wife. I'll have a nice lunch together. I always look forward to that. I always love Saturday afternoons with my wife. We go out, we have lunch together, and then we do our shopping, and then we come back and then take it easy and enjoy well, I don't take it easy. I don't relax. I will settle into other things. I'll read. This is rare. I'm reading 3 books at once right now. I decided that the Kant's Critique of Pure Reason was just too hard to get through in one sitting. So I decided I'm going to take it up piecemeal, little bits by bits. I also picked up the complete poems of John Keats, and I'm deciding to read 1 poem a day, although I've only gotten to 1 so far. And wow, what good. Boy, man, dropping a poem by Keats into my brain is like setting a marker in a stone monument on the earth. It's going to be there for the rest of my life. It's good stuff. And then I also picked up, I don't pick the books. I just grab them from the top of my stack. I'm finally at Dana's 2 years before the Mast. Started that yesterday. Wow, really enjoying that. Why do I feel like I've read it before? It's the first time that has ever happened. I'm pretty sure I have not read that book before. I've wanted to read it for a long time, but I started reading through it and I go, this really sounds familiar. Anyway, could it be that it just reminds me of Robert Louis Stevenson's work? Maybe, or Herman Melville? No, that's too distinct. Let's stop there. Thank you for joining me. Be safe, but not too safe, and my life is done, if not finished. Bye-bye.